everyone, it is the first Tuesday of the month, so I'm going to show you what decks I am using for my tarot scopes, as well as my Instagram and Facebook. And if you get a reading for me for the month of July, probably get it from these decks as well. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I do a daily draw. Monday to Friday, I'll do a tarot card along with an oracle card. Every day, post them. And so this month, I am working with the Tarot of Wonderland, which is a new deck that came out, which I'm really loving. And I really love, like, I'm a big Alice in Wonderland fan, and I don't really care for, I'm fussy about it. So I was a little skeptical about this deck, but I'm very, very happy. I do love that it is no border. It's very bright and colored, but it harkens more to the original book and the original illustrations. It makes me think of that as opposed to, you know, like a Disney-esque version. So I like that it combines both Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, all great books. This is a very slippery deck. If I do have one criticism of it, it's quite slippy. It is great for shuffling though. The slippiness does make it like great for rifle shuffling. Some people might find the cardstock a little thin. It is Llewellyn cardstock. I don't mind it, and I kind of like it for shuffling and stuff. I think it's really, really good. So I'm really enjoying this. So if you're a Alice in Wonderland type fan, you'll probably enjoy this deck. It's very good. And I find it is a very honest, straightforward sort of deck. It came with like a really nice big book. Very thick, very chunky, 300 pages, full color, beautiful, gorgeous. They've totally stepped up their game with this book. And the packaging too is much better. The box, not tuck box, pardon me, it's got this magnetic flap. Beautiful. Great job, Llewellyn. I really appreciate it. All right, and then for the Oracle deck, I'm working with the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish and artwork by Selena French. I wish they would put the artist name a little bit, highlight it more. You have to really search for it on the back to find who the artist is, and to me, the artist is super important to making a deck what it is. So I do associate July, I guess, because of Cancer with mermaids and the ocean and stuff. I did have the Jasmine Beckett Griffith mermaid deck, and I didn't really connect with it. This one I find, I just like it a lot better. So it's your typical Blue Angel kind of deck, size-wise. I think there's 40-something cards in here, so it's, you know, a good size. There are male mermaids as well, mermen, which is good. The only thing is, like, this is all very, like, they're mostly white, sexy body, kind of, you know, not a lot of diversity in this deck. But, you know, I take it for what it is. So this, I think, pairs very well with Alice in Wonderland, like color-wise, also like just the water themes and everything. It's very, very beautiful, and I thought it would be perfect for July, this kind of deck. Alrighty. And then for the Lenormand deck I'm working with this month, I am working with Rana George's Lenormand. I got this a little while ago. I'm very excited about working with this. Again, I think it goes quite well with the Alice in Wonderland deck, and it's a very summary type deck. Again, great packaging. They've got the magnetic closure. There's a little book in front. The only complaint I have, and this is like a personal thing, most people don't think mind this, I prefer when a deck is like together and not like half and half like that. I mean, I understand why they did it because of the book and everything. It's a very minor thing. But this deck is really beautiful. It's got a lot of gilding on it. Got like at the back is this gilding, same with the front. It's a very nice size though. If some people don't like the borders, I don't mind them. I think it adds to the sort of more Arabic type, or maybe a Middle Eastern, Arab is very specific, but type theme with the deck. She's not Arabic, she's Lebanese. Beautiful imagery. I love this deck, and I'm excited too because she has a couple of extra cards. She has like the marketplace, she has a boudoir, so that, you know, the whip can be one thing and the boudoir can be sex, or lilies. Sometimes people put the lilies as sex, and so there's a boudoir which is separate. There's a couple of other extra cards as well, so I'm really looking forward to working with this, really getting to know this particular deck. And then I usually put Angel deck with all of my readings. To me, it's like a little hug at the end of a reading to remind you that you do have spiritual support on your side. I'm using Kyle Gray's Angel Prayers for the month. I love the silver gilding. It's more of a masculine deck, I would say, than the Angel decks by Doreen Virtue. It's more graphic, more youthful, more modern. There's more variety, I would say, in this deck as far as like inclusion. Just trying to find, they're all white here, but I know there's ones that aren't in here. So yes, very much I like this deck. So I find this, like, there's a lot of blues in the decks that I'm using. It's very, very summery. I love it. These are the decks I'm going to be using. Like I said, if you get a reading from me, you'll also see them pop up on my Instagram. Let me know what decks you are using for the month of July. I always like to see what other people are doing too, and kind of what other people find to be like summery decks, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, wintry decks. Let me know what you're reading with for the month of July. I would love to know. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace, love, rock and roll.